Hi everyone. Not too long ago, I had a free little library installed in my front yard. It's so fun to watch people come and exchange books, put some of theirs in, and take some away. This is one that someone put in my library, so I am going to share it with you. It's called The Little Mermaids Castles in the Sand. Let's read it. Oh wow, this one was Leanna's book. Isn't that sweet? Castles in the Sand. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful, said Sandy the fish. A real work of art, agreed Sebastian the crab. They were talking about the sandcastle Ariel had been building all morning. It had 6 towers and 12 windows, and there were 2 seahorses standing guard at the gate. Do you really like it? The little mermaid asked shyly. Like it? I love it, Sebastian said, examining the drawbridge. Be careful, Ariel cried out. It's very fragile. Oh my gosh, look at that. It is so cool. Let's turn the page. Be patient with me while I'm doing this too, please. Oh, do you guys know who this is? Just then they heard Scuttle. I think that's who it is, Scuttle, calling out to them. Gangway, look out below, he cried. The eager seagull was coming in for a landing, and he was headed right for Ariel's sandcastle. Scuttle, watch out, shouted Sebastian. Be careful, you're going to crash, cried Sandy. Oh no. But it was too late. Scuttle skidded across the sand, did 2 somersaults, bounced into the air, and landed beak first right in the middle of Ariel's sandcastle. Hey, who put a sandcastle on my landing strip, sputtered Scuttle. What do you mean, your landing strip? Ariel cried. I've never seen you land here before. Now look at what you've done to my sandcastle. It's ruined. It's not ruined, the bird replied. I can fix it. Do you think he's really going to be able to fix this sandcastle? Let's see. Scuttle carefully picked up one of the broken towers, but as he did, his tail smashed into the castle and brought it crumbling down. Oh, Scuttle, you've made things worse, Ariel moaned. But I barely touched it, protested Scuttle. Ariel, said Sebastian. Scuttle didn't mean to ruin your sandcastle. It was an accident. But Ariel didn't hear him. She was already swimming away. Ariel, let's see what these pages say. Ariel didn't stop swimming until she reached Scales' cave. You should have seen him, she said to the dragon. He landed on my sandcastle on purpose. That doesn't sound like Scuttle to me, said Scales. He may be a little goofy sometimes, but he wouldn't deliberately aim for your castle. He did it on purpose, all right, Ariel fumed. This whole thing is his fault. But Scuttle had other ideas. It's Ariel's own fault. Her castle got ruined, he complained to Flounder later that day. She knows that's where I always land, and besides, how sturdy can a sand castle be when it's made out of sand? A good strong breeze would have knocked that castle over. To me it sounds like friends are having 2 different ideas about things. Let's see what happens. The next day, Ariel and Scuttle were still angry with each other. Scales tried to make things better by inviting them both to breakfast, but Ariel refused to eat with Scuttle. I might accidentally put my plate where Scuttle wants to sit, she snapped. Flounder and Sandy thought of a game of ring toss would do the trick, but Scuttle didn't want to play because Ariel was there. I might accidentally stand where she wants to throw, he said. It's no use, sighed Scales. We'll never get them to apologize to each other. Let's go, Sebastian, said Sandy. I bet he'll know how to handle the... Let's go see Sebastian, said Sandy. I bet he'll know how to handle this. Look, oh my goodness. They are just two little upset people. Let's see if they can get this worked out. What we have to do, said Sebastian, is to get them to understand each other's feelings. But how? Scales asked. We can't even get them to speak to each other, added Sandy. Sebastian thought for a moment. Scales, you tell Ariel that Scuttle wants to apologize. Flounder, you tell Scuttle that Ariel wants to apologize. I'll take care of the rest, he said, pleased with his clever plan. Look at these friends. These friends are trying to get other friends to be happy and like each other again. That's what friends do. They all work together. Later, let's see. I gotta figure this out a little better. Later, Ariel and Scuttle met Sebastian by the lagoon. Okay, apologize, Ariel said to Scuttle. I thought you were going to apologize, the startled bird replied. Sebastian, you tricked us. As long as we're here, Sebastian said, let's play a little game. Scuttle, you pretend you're Ariel, and Ariel, you pretend you're Scuttle. That way you'll know how each other one feels. That's silly, Scuttle said. She can't fly. And seagulls are not like mermaids at all, said Ariel. Please, Sebastian pleaded. Give it a try. Look, there's Ariel with her hands crossed upset. And Scuttle has his arms crossed too. There's Sebastian in the middle, trying to get him to work it out. Okay, said Scuttle grudgingly. Then, perched on the rock, pretending to be Ariel, he said in a high, squeaky voice, Scuttle, you clumsy bird. I worked hard making my castle, and you landed on it. Now you're upset? Suddenly, Scuttle stopped. He was beginning to see how Ariel felt. Next, Ariel flapped her arms and pretended to be Scuttle. Here I am, landing on the beach. What's that below? Uh-oh, Ariel's sandcastle is right where I want to land. Now she's angry with me. Then Ariel was quiet. She was beginning to understand Scuttle's problem too. Sebastian's plan was working. You see, he said, friends need to understand each other's feelings. That's an excellent idea. They do need to understand each other's feelings. That's why they're friends. Later, Scuttle started feeling sorry about the way he had acted. Ariel's my friend, he told Flounder. I didn't mean to wreck her sandcastle, but that's my favorite place to land. Now I don't know what to do. Ariel didn't know what to do either. I'm sorry, I built my sandcastle on Scuttle's favorite landing spot, she told Scales. But there's no other place for me to build my sandcastles, and he can land anywhere he wants to. Still, he's such a good friend. I wish we weren't fighting like this. See, they're talking it over with other friends, letting their feelings be known instead of holding it in. The next day, Ariel went to the lagoon to be alone and think, but Scuttle was already there. I don't like being angry with you, he said softly. I'm sorry I ruined your castle, but that sand crumbles so easily. And I don't like being angry with you either, said Ariel. I'm sorry I built my castle where you like to land, but there's nowhere else for me to build things. I guess I could find some place else to land, said Scuttle. And I guess I could make my sand castles out of clay instead of sand. Then they'd last longer, Ariel replied. But I'm a mermaid. How am I supposed to get clay from a faraway valley? There they are, talking it out. Let's see if they've figured out a plan. easy, replied Scuttle. I could get it for you. That would be great, Ariel replied, and I could make a special landing strip on the beach for you to use whenever you want. While Scuttle was off getting the clay, Ariel got Scales to help her build the landing strip out of seaweed and palm fronds. Wow, this is the best landing strip I've ever seen, Scuttle called out as he came back with Ariel's clay. I have another surprise for you too, Ariel said mysteriously. Look at that. Friends working things out for each other. I think my first sculpture should be of you, Scuttle, Ariel said, for helping me get the clay I need to make sturdy castles. And as she put the finishing touches on the statue, Sebastian and Scales came by. Well, look at that, cried Sebastian. I guess you two are friends again. That's a lot more fun than being angry, Ariel explained to Sebastian. Friends just need to understand each other's feelings, added Scuttle. You don't say, Sebastian. Now, why didn't I think of that? And I think that is the end of our book. I hope you have friends, and if you get angry with them, work it out. Nothing's worth being angry over forever. Goodbye.